Good morning. Welcome to the WEX Wakeup for Wednesday, April 10th. I'm Christy Matino. The White House pushed back on calls for a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas conflict, calling for the terrorist group to release hostages it's held for 6 months. Our Hasten Willis has more from Tuesday's press briefing.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said that a ceasefire in Gaza can be reached if Hamas will agree to it.
Tomorrow is the end of Ramadan. What does that say about the president's ability to bring about peace?
Well, I think it says more about the fact that you have a party, Hamas, who is holding innocent people, that it took hostage a long time ago. Doesn't get a lot of attention, unfortunately, in the commentary, and I've said that from the podium before. And there could be a ceasefire in place today that would extend for several weeks, to be built upon longer if Hamas would be prepared to release some of those people.
While Sullivan was speaking, Vice President Kamala Harris met here at the White House with the families of some of those hostages. I'm Hasten Willis for the Washington Examiner.
And Florida is cracking down on porch pirates. Governor Ron DeSantis signed legislation on Tuesday that will toughen penalties for retail and package theft in the Sunshine State.
HB 549 is a great piece of legislation. It believes that we need to increase penalties on those who are committing these acts. So we will raise penalties on people that steal packages from your front porch.
Package theft will now be considered a third-degree felony if the item is worth $40 or more, a third-degree felony for a subsequent violation, and a first-degree misdemeanor for property worth less than $40. And retail theft clauses will include harsher penalties if 5 or more criminals work together to steal, and if social media is used to carry out the crime. A press release from DeSantis' office said cities like New York, Los Angeles, and Washington, D.C. have seen the sharpest increases in theft, but shoplifting has decreased by 30% in Florida since DeSantis took office. And toy company Mattel is launching a new version of the iconic board game Scrabble. The goal of the new game is to try and win over less competitive players. The new version, called Scrabble Together, features a double-sided board with one side featuring the classic version of the game and the other side being more accessible to anyone who finds word games intimidating. The new version intends to have players work together instead of competing against each other, and features cards to give players a helping hand if they need it. Thanks for joining us this morning on the WEX Wakeup. Be sure to give us a follow on our website and social media so you stay in the know of all those headlines trending in politics.